Absolutely mad. Man saying like D Block Europe are better than Stormzy.
No, I didn't say they were better than Stormzy.
So what are you saying? You say you don't rate Stormzy?
Better to listen to.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Player Rating Show after emphatic second half 4-0 against AZ Alkmar. Because at halftime it did not look like the result was going to go that way because the first half was trash. But it's positive. We're through unscathed, top of the group. Can't ask for much more than that. So let's jump straight into the player ratings. Sergio Romero.
Can't complain, man. Best second goalkeeper in the world, man. I said it, man. This guy, you know, I mean, people doubted him and said, oh, is he quick reaction? Does he have the, you know, capability, motivation to be a second keeper? But you know what, man? He puts in a solid 7 out of 10 every game, man. Today, man, I thought that one chance where, you know, it came second half and he dealt with it. So, yeah, Mark, solid 7, clean sheet. Can't complain.
7?
Yeah, I mean, not much to say on his performance apart from a few first half like misplaced passes.
Yeah,
and
I did see that.
you know, a couple of chips that didn't really work. So I'll give him a 6. But usually he's a bit better. So I was a bit disappointed to see those kind of misplaced passes at the start. So give him a 6.
Yeah, I'm on that side for that one. But you're right. He's the best second keeper in the world.
Wrong side.
Right back, Ashley Young on the score sheet. Good strike. First half, couple misplaced passes, couple bad decisions, but that was across the team. That was there. But what do you make of Ashley Young?
I think without the goal, the performance looks a lot worse than than it really is. But I mean, barring all of that, because everyone had a poor first half. You know what I'm saying? But in the second half, he picked it up. He got a goal after a great piece of play. Like that was mad. I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7.
Okay. For me, I think this first half's unforgivable, man. I feel like without that goal, without that goal, I feel like it was a shocking first half. He had the most errors, you know what I mean, in that first half and giving the ball away, you know what I mean. The amount of times he gave the ball away was shocking, and decision making, just lumping it forward. I hate it when he gets on the right hand side, and he tries to lump it, clips it down line like Mason Greenwood's gonna like.
Is that because of lack of options though? What else can he do though?
You know, let's start again and let's find the midfielders. You know what I mean? I just hate it when he does that. You know what? I'm gonna give him a 6. Yes, he got the goal, but I think overall his play wasn't the very very best. So yeah, 6 for me.
Okay, fair play. Next to him was not Harry Maguire. It was Tuanzebe.
Tuanzebe, man, looked solid again. You know what I mean? I don't think the centre-backs' fault were kind of, you know, when they had all the chances. Yes, they got in between the lines and they got behind the players a few times. But I thought that was because there was no protection for the front midfield. And, you know what I mean? Matic wasn't doing his job. He was giving the ball away. But if you look at it from the whole game, clean sheet, you know what I mean?
He gave a couple of balls away as well.
Couple balls away.
He gave one ball away directly that led to a shot from them. I'm not saying mark him down for that, but I'm just saying consider that.
Yeah, I understand consider, but I still think clean sheet, you know what I mean, dealt with it in the second half. Solid 7 for me.
7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd actually go with a 7 as well. Just, I mean, noticing everything that you said about, you know, a couple of mistakes he made and the one where he falls over in the box, manages to get it away. It wasn't his best game that I've seen, but, you know, in terms of the second half, I think I'm maybe being a bit biased and going solely off the second half performance, but I'll give him a 7 as well.
That's why these player ratings are going to be interesting, because really their second half ratings really, innit? Because everyone was like a flat 5 in the first half. It was maybe some were less, some were less, some were less. But okay, fair enough. 7. I don't know. I didn't think you lot would go that high, but all right, okay, cool, fair enough. Yeah, exactly. Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire again, man. I told you about Harry Beckenbauer, man. He's proving it right again and again, man. Again, solid, but obviously there were a few moments again, you know, where the back four looked shaky. But yet again, I thought that was down to the midfield and how people were giving the ball away and there was, you know, no protection from the back. Again, man, you know what I mean, didn't have much to worry about. I thought he led the line. You know, he tried to come in with the ball. He gave the ball away a couple of times, but again, man, clean sheet, you know what I mean? You can only ask for a clean sheet, and he did it today, 7. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I like the fact that he's now one of our most our most commanding midfielder. Helped out Tuanzebe and then what did I say? Bloody hell! Yeah, commanding centre backs. He did his job, helped out Tuanzebe, and then he was brought off. That's what I wanted him to do today. So I'll give him a 7 as well.
Okay, so 7, and then left back Brendon Williams.
Yeah, Brendon Williams had very positive second half. I'm not even really looking at the first half, but he was one of the youngsters that, you know, had a decent game, and it looks like he's warming into that you know, position for us. And who knows, sometime down the line he could be a regular starter. So I give we kept a clean sheet. I give him a 7.
Some high ratings here, man.
I thought it was a game of two halves from again. I thought first half he didn't get much forward as it normally does, and we like to do. But second half, I thought brilliant on that left hand side, giving us a new dimension on that left side, trying to give us an outlet.
Given goes, he plays in the forward pass, and then once he's got rid of it, he goes again.
Yeah, and I thought he cleaned a lot of attacks where they were dangerous on the attack in Alkmar, and he dealt with it. He's maturing into that role now, and he's only going to get better through consistencies and these kind of clean sheets. It's good to have clean sheets. That brings confidence into the whole centre backs. And the whole defence line. So yeah, man, 7. I can't complain.
Well.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, so 7's across the whole back four then. Is it? Ashley, apart from Ashton, would you not give him a 6?
6.
I gave him a 7.
I think
6 and a 7.
The way he was that poor in the first half. People can't forget that because some of the errors were coming mainly because of him.
Okay, all right. So
no agenda.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's see what energy you keep for the midfield then, because we've agreed that the whole first half was poor. Let's see what we think about that. I mean, Matic.
You know what, man? That first half for me was absolutely shocking. The amount of times he gave the ball away, he didn't care, he didn't track back. You know what I mean? Oh, it was just awful. It wasn't that the match we know that's solid. At least with the ball, he wasn't even good with the ball. He was giving it away. Maybe because of his rustiness. I don't know how Ricky, man, has said that he's had a really good game. For me, it's shocking.
Careful what you say, because Ricky will watch this. He'll come for you.
Yeah, but Ricky, man, I don't know what you're on today, man. You know what I mean? Don't know if you've been chilling with the match family or what, man. But
well, second half, he had a hand in 2 goals. Not. If you look at the entirety of the move, he starts them off and plays and he plays the kind of not 1-2 with Matter, but he plays it to Matter at the right time. One touch. So you have to give him his dues. Then when there was more space and time, he was pinging it left and right.
Overall, I would give him a 6. Overall. If you look at the entirety of the game, a 6 is just about fair enough for him.
All right, cool.
That's literally exactly the same score I was going to give him. Someone tweeted or whatever that he doesn't look like he wants to be there, and there may be a bit of that coming into it. Maybe he doesn't appreciate being thrown into these one-off games. Now that he's fit and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. He did play a part in a couple of the goals, but his first half performance was really shocking. Like from what I saw. He just didn't look like the matches that we have seen, so I give him a 6.
Okay. Staying with you, James Garner.
I think I give James Garner a 6 for completely different reasons. Just the fact that I just feel like he's not there yet, and he's not looking like the player that people are saying that he is going to be or whatever. He's not looking as promising as some of the other young players are. I thought he had an okay game, but he just looked like he struggled in a couple of areas. He wasn't able to get the ball. Like people were beating him a lot. I felt, and he wasn't really able to make it to the balls. And he just looked a little bit lost. I think I'm waffling a little bit, but yeah, I give him a 6. So he wasn't that convincing for me today.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's gonna sound controversial, but I don't know the hype around James Garner, and I feel like yes, it can be a bit too cruel.
Careful, you don't want to be toxic.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be toxic, do we? No opinion allowed. But
if that's what you think.
But I can only see what I can. You know what, man? I don't see the hype in this guy. He can only get better and he can improve, and he's only 17, 18. But in terms of looking at star qualities, in terms of looking at United, they're going to get ruthless. They're going to buy centre midfielders. They're going to buy more, with better players.
Can you see him knocking on the door if you buy better players?
I think he's a simple player. Does he break in between the lines? Does he try to find a killer pass? For me, he just always trying to find the nearest person to him, and that's not, United. Yes, you kind of need a McTominay kind of player, but he does it better. When he gets the ball, he drives with it. Kind of gives us a presence. Would you call that a good performance? Yes, if you look at it in terms of his age and, as a young player, I'd give him a 6, yeah. I think
I would be careful to say what you're saying, just because you kind of did that with Fred. So maybe I would say you give him a bit more time to see where. Okay.
But Fred came for 50 million though, and then he made up his mind.
I know, but there was a point where Saaed was just not for Fred at all. So I'm just saying maybe at the moment you can maybe not see that he's going to be that player, but maybe in a year's time you never know, he could end up being the next Scott.
Well, a similar thing is sometimes I think with McTominay when he first came in, I think a lot of United fans we all literally said, I don't know what does he do, what. I don't really see any of the attributes. Then in a different system with different players, he looked at. But fair enough, that's your opinion. I can see why he's saying that. he just kind of coasts through it, keeps things simple. It was difficult first half because I think our midfield just couldn't get a hold of the game. Yeah. It just bypassed us completely. Yeah. But I'm not saying he lit it up, but he definitely wasn't bad. And like I said, he's young and he can improve. So
look at Tom Cleverley when he was at United, 22, 23, doing similar kind of stuff. And then look where he ended up. You know what I mean? So
fair play. The jury's out. Yeah. In that midfield, we'll go further forward from that. And one Mata was there.
Mata was absolutely lost in the first half. I couldn't find him at all. I mean, the players weren't finding him, but I don't know whether he just didn't know how to do his how to play his game. In that game, the ball didn't find him. He didn't find the ball. He wasn't in position to receive the ball. I even said to Josh, where is Mata? I literally just couldn't see him on the pitch, not just because he's small, but he just wasn't as effective. Obviously in the second half he had a big part to play in Ashley Young's goal, and he picked it up in the second half. But overall,
1 assist on the goal today.
But then
of the goals.
I mean, okay, but 50%.
Well, he's had a hand in one.
Oh, a hand in, But then if he didn't take the penalty, then he doesn't get any of the goals. So he was literally given the penalty by Greenwood. And I think Greenwood should have taken the penalty anyway.
With that, Pereira picked the ball up and Ashley Young took it off him. Yeah. It was Ashley Young. Okay. Ashley Young took it off him and was like, that was clearly like, he's the penalty taker. Because it was, do you know what I mean? Then Ashley Young went high-fiving everyone. But it was actually, he picked it up. Yeah. Pereira did. And then Young went, no, I'm the captain. It's like we've spoke about this already. He's the penalty taker. So Mata was the penalty taker, I would say.
And a fair play that, but I just don't, see that goal as, he's contributed to the game this much more. Do you know what I'm saying? He was given the penalty and fair play, he took it and took it well. But I can't give him more than a 6 for today's game.
I'm going to have to disagree in terms of rate. I'll probably give him a 7, but only on the second half performance. I thought the first half it was about probably a 4, if that, you know what I mean? It was shocking. He looked lost. He looked like, you know what I mean? He looked like the player he has become, which is very, slow, you know what I mean? Not out of touch of the game, and he's trying to find a role where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won't play him now. Sometimes he's on the right, sometimes he's holding, sometimes he comes short. You know what I mean? He's all over the place because really he doesn't stick to that position. He tries to receive the ball from different areas. But second half, I thought it was brilliant. You know what I mean? Got in the pockets. He caused havoc. You know what I mean? Got in between the lines and obviously got the goal and the assist. For me, that just a turn away. You know what I mean? When Matic gives you that kind of killer pass and straightforward pass to do that, man. Second half for me it was a game of 2 halves for him. On that second half performance, I think he deserves a 7.
Okay, 6 and a 7 here. Let us know what you guys think. Into the front three now. Let's go to the left hand side, and that was Andreas Pereira.
Yeah, again another game of 2 halves. You know what I mean? I thought in the first half just trying a lot. You know what I mean? Trying to be that kind of Brazilian flair, you know what I mean?
In an unnatural position for him. Ricky said in his fan cam, and I agreed, it was like that was the least place you expected him to play out of the players that were on the pitch.
And he does that kind of job where he tracks back, but I don't want to see that. I know that he is capable of a bit of summit, you know what I mean? And to play on the left hand side, I thought it was criminal. But then I think in the second half, I thought it was everywhere. I thought it was a bit tenacious. And
a bit of skill for the first goal.
Yeah, a bit of skill for the first goal, you know what I mean? To find Ashley Young. And then Kwamba, but yeah, man, I thought it was second half. I thought it was brilliant. But then again, I feel like with these kind of players, it's like a wave. You know, what I mean, when we're scoring and when everything's going well and the crowd are on top, it's like they're almost like reborn or something like that. But yeah, in terms of the whole game, I'd probably give him a 6 overall. Yeah, a 6.
You agree with that, Miles, or you disagree?
I actually thought he was going to give him a 7, but I think a 6 is right because he was awful for me in the first half. And then he had a great piece of skill to set up the first goal. And then from then he was trying to do little flicks and whatnot, and thought he was the player that he clearly isn't. But like you say, he's playing in an unnatural position. But he contributed to the game in the second half. But for me, he didn't do it enough where his first half performance made it so that he gets a 7 or whatever. Yeah. So I'll give him a 6.
Okay, I'm staying with you, Martial. Taken off early, 1 shot over the bar. Tried, but especially in the first half, that was masked with a bad performance of us. We wasn't very good. He didn't see a lot of the ball. I saw him doing just a lot of doggies, just running and not really being involved. But what did you make of his performance?
Yeah, Martial was meant to be like the Harry Maguire, who's meant to come in, do a bit of a job, and then be taken off, to be rested for the weekend's game. Unfortunately, he didn't get great service, wasn't able to hold up the ball as well as he usually does, and he just didn't make an impact in the game at all, really. So it's fair play that he was, clearly it was agreed he was going to be taken off at 60 minutes, so that's fine and whatever, but he just wasn't able to impact the game as maybe Marcus Rashford might have, or whatever, for whatever reason. And for that, he gets my lowest mark, he gets a 5.
Yeah, I took out my words there.
Can't be biased just because we like Martial or whatever, that you have to judge it.
I'm Martial's one of Martial. I used to be a Martial critic, but now I feel like, it's turned out to be the players. But I think today was, he weren't feeling the game, man. When you just not feeling the game, and he just no one was there to connect to him, no one to receive the ball like Jesse Lingard was in the Manchester derby where, give and go. There was no one out there.
Do you think he felt it because there was no pace around him?
Yeah, I don't know if it's one moment where he absolutely went in on the assistant coach. I don't know if it was a short fella, like assistant coach. I don't know what his name is, but he went in on him. I think the coach. Hey, sorry? Yeah, Martial. I think the assistant coach was telling him, "Yo, listen, go in that area." And he's like, "What do you want me to do?"
Oh, yeah, I saw him doing that.
Yeah, it was like doing that. Yeah, that was to him. Yeah, I seen that, and I thought, just epitomises what he wants to do and what they want him to do. They want him to trap back and do all this stuff, but he wants to be in the danger area and try, nullify their defense. So it's kind of crazy at the minute. I feel like they're gonna have to work on that because he's gonna have inconsistent performances. But we need to get the best out of Martial. When Martial plays, United play. We're in the bigger games and when we need to win. So yeah, for me, not his best day today. 5.
Maybe more about some minutes in the tank. Open up the lungs, come through unscathed, so he's getting a run, so he doesn't get rusty. So fair enough. But I think a 5 is probably about right. Mason Greenwood, man.
You know what, man? I want to give it 9, but it's got to be a high 8, mate. High 8.
If you want to give a 9, give a 9.
Yeah, you know what? Let's give it 9 then. You know what I'm saying, man? Should we give it a 10?
Mate, say if you want to give a 10, you give what you for your rating.
We'll give him a 9. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just deserved.
If he'd have got the penalty in the hat-trick, it would have been a 10.
And you know what, man? He was our danger man today. He was the only one. Even in the first half when he did a bit of trickery on the right side. Oh, man, this guy, man. For me, the best talent that's out there in United. He is the one now. You know what I mean? That can maybe go into the first team. Daniel James, as much as he's done well this season, if he carries on Mason Greenwood, you never know, man. He could be knocking on that first team. You know what I mean? Got the goal again, 2 goals, RVPS, man. You know, when he gets on that kind of, edge of the box and he shimmies the defender, boom, it's in. It's almost in. Every goal's been identical. Rochdale, the Starler goal, I think it was, you know what I mean? Turn of the shoulder, boom, goal. Mate, 9, mate.
He can do it with his right foot as well.
Exactly, man. So, for me, 9, man.
The coldest player today, like by a mile. In the first half, I was saying the majority of players had a bad game. He did not have a bad game. He was running tirelessly. He was clearly implementing Ollie's tactics of pressing. I was watching him trying to press, and then when he realised no one else was kind of pressing with him, he was still kind of pressing. Where Martial would just kind of look around and give up. Still pressing, still fighting, still trying to make things work, still trying to play people in, hold the ball up. And that was in the first half where the majority of people have had a bad game. Do you know what I'm saying?
He raised it up from that as well.
So I mean, in the first half, he hasn't had a bad game, and then in the second half, he just completely just comes alive. Like everyone is making these, saying he's like RVP, right? And literally, he plays exactly the way, like his mannerisms.
It's almost like when he gets the ball, it's just no nonsense. I'm not going to take too many touches. I just want to get the ball, get to the goal, and bang. That's it, innit?
I can get to the goal. I can beat a man. I have got the pace, and I can finish. I can finish.
How early
no
took that
man's
second one,
bro.
It just doesn't give the keeper time to set. Yeah,
it's pretty much like Rashford's goal at Tottenham and Martial's goal against City. Just quick first time. And if he's bagging goals like those two, why shouldn't he be another name to be in the first team? He is the coldest youth product, we have had in a while. Since Marcus Rashford was hyped up, he's even colder than.
And to be honest, like we've always said throughout the thing, is that when Rashford broke through, the noises coming out of the academy under 23s or under 18s, it was that time. It's like not as loud as it was with Mason. Mason Greenwood's been like, listen, this kid, he's got 2 feet, he's natural, he's this, he's that. And Solskjaer's already said this season in the presser, he's our most natural finisher, he's the best finisher. We didn't know, but it's like slowly, yes, we've been frustrated where we think Solskjaer should have played him more or not kill him by bringing him on for 4 minutes and stuff like that. But when he gets to start, by and large, he scores.
Different.
Sorry, I was going to say my thing is that if he has quiet games, right, where he doesn't impact the game and he can't get on the ball, you put a ball into him.
Yeah, dangerous.
I want him to be there because I think he will finish it. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, you were saying, you gave him an 8 at first. I think if anyone ever said an 8, I would have been at their neck. Like I can't give him a 10 because I don't really give anyone 10s unless they scored a hat trick. But he was a solid 9. Like he's a 9.9. Like you can't get any. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like just cold, man. Just so cold.
So 2 9s here. Yeah, 2 9s.
Brilliant, yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Cool. And then the substitutes actually.
Trump deserves a 7 for me.
A 7.
Trump for 7. I thought
7.
Yeah, man. I thought when he came on, you know what, man? He was direct. He went at players. I thought it was a massive improvement from what we've seen before and how he's been this season.
Ball.
Just that final ball, yeah, it might improve, but I thought he got in a couple of times beyond their defence and he should have had a goal really. You know what I mean? But you know what, man, I was impressed with him, man, because he had to. He could have came in that game and just coasted around and just took it easy. But you know what, man, he did well. Man, I give him a 7, man.
7, okay.
I agree with how happy you are with his with what he did, and I do think he played really well. But just because he came on late, I'll give him a 6. But everything you say, I completely agree with. He played really well. Was driving, putting balls in. So yeah, man. And I think, people are trying to write him off already and say he's not good enough or he won't be good enough. But then I think he's only like 20. Or he just turned 20. So I mean, I'm happy to give him another 3 years and see. I mean, we've given Marcus Rashford a bit of time.
There's a contract there on the table, so shall I say this up to him? Exactly.
If he wants to leave, then fine. Yeah. But I think people writing him off now just because he's had a few bad games. He can grow. He can grow. So.
Yeah, Rance is done with him. And then Ethan Laird came on. I thought he looked quite bright when he come on. Took the ball in his chest. Got in there.
Not enough time.
But what are we saying? A 5 or a 6 there? 5 there. Okay, but
he looks promising.
He does look promising. It's probably tough that we've got Wan-Bissaka now, 50 million,
exactly.
and But when Ashley Young will probably be out at the end of this season. You're looking at Ethan Laird, maybe right back, maybe. Who knows? So yeah,
fair. To be back up right back,
exactly. And at this age, it could be a little breakthrough season for him next year. And then Phil Jones was the other one, 5. He didn't do anything wrong, had nothing to do.
Not doing anything bad. You know what I mean? It's mad.
Yeah, and that brings us on to Ollie to finish off. Miles, what are you giving Ollie?
Yeah, he's still looking a bit tactically, inept. Like in the first half, we still can't break teams down, and I'm not really liking that people are now happy that we've gone and beaten Tottenham and beaten City, and now we're this great team all of a sudden. Okay, we can go and beat the big teams by counter-attacking, but we still have a problem with the small teams. In this competition, okay, we're going to play a lot of big teams, so maybe the counter-attacking thing will work, but that can't be your style going into the rest of the season, in terms of the Premier League and whatever. In the second half, okay, we kind of came out of nowhere and did some bits and got some goals, but I can't give more than a 6, man. I'm still not really happy with the way we play football, to be honest.
So 4-0 win, emphatic, clean sheet. Miles saying no, that's a 6 for him.
I would have to give him on the second half basis. I would have to give him a 7/8, but I'm gonna give him a 7 because so I think 7 for me. I thought first half, it was a bit like I feel like the players almost disappointed.
Bear in mind the changes he did make, because he took out his best players maybe.
I think too much changes maybe. I thought there could have been in that midfield role as well. I think maybe Pereira maybe playing in the hole, and then maybe with Garner, and because I thought Matic didn't really offer that much first half, but. That's the old saying. The second half, he must have said something to the players, must have galvanised them and said, play for the badge, let's push on, we're better than these lot, let's push on. So on that performance, you've got to give him a 7, did enough to win. Cool. How's it out, man?
That's the end of the player ratings. As per usual, drop your views in the comments in the boxes below, and I know you guys always do that. And then roll on Everton, man. Quickly, give me a prediction for Everton.
Ooh, that's a tough game. We have to go and get the win. 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah, I think we'll win 3-1. I feel like it'll be 2-1 and then we'll nick the third one later on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's not. Nah, we need confidence is building, positive vibes, and hopefully we go and get that win. So we'll see you guys after Everton. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.